Everything explained in this video is summarized from the CoinMarketCap. And also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for future XRP news and some other cryptocurrency news in general. Now take a look at this. Ripple versus SAC last minute appeal of XRP victory. The cryptocurrency industry is experiencing an increase in speculation as the deadline for the United States Securities and Exchange Commission to submit an appeal in the Ripple lawsuit draws closer. The deadline for the SEC to file an appeal is October 7, and before that, they need to decide whether or not they will oppose the decisions that Judge Torres has made in the XRP case. The former attorneys for the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mark Fagel and James Farrell, have both expressed a high level of confidence that the regulatory body will pursue an appeal. The argument that they are making is that if they do not take this action, it might potentially undermine the position of the agency because the SEC was unsuccessful in its programmatic sales, which is a big concern. Fagel has even proposed that the SEC should file an appeal. Prospective timeline for the appeal. On the other hand, attorney Fred Rispoli commented, "I believe the SEC is still uncertain about whether or not it will appeal. I don't anticipate a decision until the very last possible moment." Additionally, he thinks that the Securities and Exchange Commission may still be considering its course of action and may not disclose its judgment until the very last moment. As the deadline for filing an appeal draws closer, the cryptocurrency world, notably holders of XRP, is keeping a careful eye on the latest developments. Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderoty, has said that the business intends to concentrate on the permanent nature of the verdict that was handed down in August. He has stated that there should be no appeal and that both parties should forward with their lives. Nevertheless, Ripple has also successfully obtained a stay order from the court, which will temporarily halt the payment of the $125 million penalty to the SEC while the court considers whether or not to appeal the decision. This action affords Ripple some financial flexibility as the legal situation continues to develop, which is particularly useful given the present state of uncertainty regarding the SEC. The most recent filing that the Securities and Exchange Commission made in the Binance case did not include any mention of an appeal against the summary judgment that Judge Torres issued addressing XR programmatic sales. Due to this omission, there has been a rise in conjecture over the method that the SEC will employ going forward. In addition, this filing included an apology for the Securities and Exchange Commission's exact usage of the term crypto asset security, which Alderoty had previously criticized the regulator for. An additional source of problems for the SEC, Fred Rispoli, is also of the opinion that Elon Musk might utilize the status of XRP as a weapon against the SEC. Using the phrase poke the SEC in the eye, Rispoli said that Musk should incorporate XRP in X's payment system. He saw this as an opportunity to reveal the truth, to irritate the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC. While rendering them powerless, it would be the ideal move to incorporate XRP and other cryptocurrencies that the SEC has failed to identify as securities using the phrase legally protected but a fraud. Rispoli highlighted Musk's apparent reluctance to take this path. He also pointed out that such prudence is not typical of the tech entrepreneur. Rispoli made this statement as a result of the continuing investigation that the Securities and Exchange Commission is conducting into Musk's acquisition of Twitter for $44 billion. The SEC is attempting to impose sanctions on Musk for allegedly failing to appear in court sooner rather than later. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission, she will have the opportunity to file an appeal against the final verdict that was handed down on August 7 in the XRP litigation. Additionally, notable crypto personality Jack the Rippler Plexby commented on X indicating that the case would soon be permanently concluded without an appeal, which reflects a growing feeling among supporters. The regulator has until October 7, 2024 to file an appeal. That date is something that a lot of people in the community are looking forward to with great anticipation so that they can put an end to the legal dispute and move forward to the future of XRP. There are however many who continue to harbor skepticism since they believe that the SEC might wait until the very last minute to file an appeal. The infamous lawsuit regarding XRP in December 2020, the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC accused Ripple of raising more than $1.3 billion through the sale of unregistered securities, which marked the beginning of the legal struggle between Ripple and the SEC. Ripple vehemently refuted the SEC's assertion that XRP functions as an unregistered security. The SEC made this assertion A ruling by the court in July 2023 provided clarity regarding XRP. The ruling stated that XRP itself was not a security and that sales made by non-institutional entities did not constitute securities offering. On the other hand, the court declared in August that Ripple must pay $125 billion and will not breach securities laws going forward since it determined that institutional sales are considered to be offers of securities. Will the SEC file an appeal? Unanswered is the question of whether the SEC will file an appeal against the verdict. An influential attorney named Jeremy Hogan recently remarked that the Securities and Exchange Commission, you see, has very little to lose by submitting an appeal, which can be submitted in as little as 15 minutes and requires 70 days to write a brief. Because of this, the Securities and Exchange Commission, she would have been able to keep the pressure on Ripple while it was preparing its argument. As a result, some people have speculated that the SEC may not intend to proceed with the appeal because there has been no appeal filed so far. Opinions within the community are split. Others claim that the SEC's approach may entail a last-minute filing to prolong regulatory uncertainty and limit XRP's advancement. While some users on X are sure that the SEC's delay implies a falling possibility of an appeal, others argue that the SEC's strategy may involve a potential appeal. The Securities and Exchange Commission is accused of stifling innovation and providing its banker pals with additional time, according to a user who indicated that the SEC would wait until the final 10 seconds before filing its appeal. On the other hand, some users are optimistic, as one user who feels that the price of XRP has been manipulated and suppressed claimed that the conclusion of the appeal timetable would finally release XRP and we will be able to understand its genuine price. An appeal will almost probably be filed by the regulator, according to attorneys who have previously worked for the SEC. There are approximately 2 weeks left for the agency to get the appeal submitted. According to recent developments in the disputes between Ripple and the SEC, an appeal of the conclusions that Judge Torres made in the XP case is being evaluated as a potential option. Legal counsel has stated that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, will wait until the very last possible moment to announce its verdict. Also, according to attorneys who have previously worked for the SEC, the regulator will virtually probably file an appeal. Former attorneys for the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mark Fagel and James Farrell, stated that the appeal that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission filed in the Ripple versus SEC case appeared to be the most assured. They claim that if they do not submit an appeal, the government agency will incur significant consequences. The information that has been provided is not intended to be trading advice. There is no responsibility for any investments that are made based on the information that is provided on this page. Before making any decision about investments, we strongly advise conducting independent research and consulting with a knowledgeable professional.